Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. How long does it take a Filipina to assimilate in a new country when she moves there? I want to kind of muse on that a little bit because some of you are hopefully going to be thinking about marrying a Filipina. Check out my link at the top. You'll have to copy and paste it, but that shows you where I met my wife. And she's been here for 6.5 years. So has she assimilated? How long does it take? I think every woman is going to be different. I think if the woman comes here, let's say in my case to America, and she's determined that once she gets there, she's going to go to work, and she's strong enough to not, have homesickness dwell too long. You might give a few months for homesickness possibly. It may take a while longer before she's kind of completely used to not being there. But my wife, I think, really, other than some crying, missing home, she's done a great job early on. And I can tell that, excuse me, I can tell because she's working like she said she would. And she's working 6 days a week. She's doing absolutely great at work. And she's learned how to drive, so she's, wants to independently travel around like people do here. She's also going to school. That's a pretty good indication. Most Filipinos aren't going to continue education in their new country, and that's fine. But if they do, I think it's a sign they're kind of getting comfortable here and found their niche. And if they're working, if they're not crying still and talking a lot about missing home, that would be an indication that they have settled in. If they, let's say they've met your family, they're good to your family, they're good to your friends, that's another good sign of assimilation. Now, I guess you could say the opposite. If she doesn't want to get out of the house, that would be a bad sign. We actually met someone here locally, and he had his wife just came over from the Philippines, but she didn't want to come out of the room that she was in. So either unusually shy or just really petrified of moving, and it can be. She doesn't have to know anything about your country necessarily. You can teach her and educate her on that. But the more she gets involved with the daily life things, working, shopping, like I've shown my wife doing some yard work. They're not constantly talking back home on Facebook like an inordinate degree, like 3 or 4 hours a day. That would be a sign maybe they haven't assimilated yet, or they don't have enough to do. Possibly keeping busy does help with assimilation. So let me know what you think. How long it took your wife, if she's been there in your country? How long before she felt comfortable? How long before she stopped missing home really bad? Now, as I've said before, going back to the Philippines now and then can certainly help with that, at least knowing that she's not going to have to wait 5 or 6 years before she goes back there. So let me know. My wife, I think, was just more mentally prepared for coming here, and wherever it was, I think she would have done the same thing, jumped in head first and tried to get used to her new country. So let me know what you think about that topic today here on Love Beyond the Sea.